everybody, I'm Debbie with Debbie Stamping Creations, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I'm here to show you some of our Sale-a-brations items. This is the first time we've ever had celebrations this time of year, and it's almost over. So I wanted to jump on and show you a really nice card. Be sure that when you go on to place your order, you go to debs.stampinup.net and use our September host code. For Sale-a-brations, for every $50 you spend, you get to choose an item from the Sale-a-brations brochure for free. So we have, for $50 you can pick one item, or if you spend $100 you can either get two of the $50 items, or you can get one of our bigger sets that's free with a $100 purchase. So today I want to show you a card using some of our Sale-a-brations. If this is your first time here, please be sure to click that subscribe button below so that when I post videos you'll be able to get notified and see them every time and not miss out. The sets that we're going to be using today are our counting sheep and sheep dies. That's right, you can get both of these for free with a $100 purchase. The counting sheep stamp set, let me get that here, is free with a $50 purchase, and you can also get the die set, which coordinates with the stamp set, free with a $50 purchase. So as you can see, we have 3 sheep in our stamp set. One is standing, one is leaping, and the other one is like dancing. So the dies coordinate with each one. You can see here. So you can stamp them and then cut them out. We also have a die that coordinates with the hat. And then they have some other dies in here. They have a couple of clouds. Here's a fence. Here's a sun, and here's a balloon. We also have a banner up here, or here it is right here. So all of these are included in the die set. So you can stamp the sheep and cut them out, or you could just stamp them on the front of your card. The card we're going to be doing today, we're going to be doing die cutting. Quite a bit of die cutting. Here's the card that we're going to make today. As you can see, we're using 3 sheep, but we're not using 3 different sheep. We're using 2 of this sheep and 1 here. We also are using, instead of clouds, we're using them as clumps of grass. So let me show you how we do this card. We're going to start with a Granny Apple Green card base. And we're going to stamp our sheep and our pieces and cut them out. Here, I have it right here on the floor. So let's get started with stamping first. We're going to use our Memento black ink, and we're going to stamp our sheep. We need 2 of the sheep. And we need 1 of the dancing sheep. We also need party hats for our sheep. So we're going to stamp those. Actually, we just needed 2, but that's okay. We can also use our dies on the same piece of cardstock and cut out our 2 fences to go with that. And then we're going to need our happy birthday. This is using Coastal Cabana, and this is not die cut, but instead it is punched. So we'll do that one as well. We're going to cut our grass out of Garden Green, and we are using Flirty Flamingo for the balloon piece here. So as you can see, we've got our pieces all ready to go. I'm going to die cut those and I'll be right back. So here we have our pieces ready to go. But before we get our card put together, we've got some coloring to do. So we're going to use our Fleur de Flamingo to color in our little hats here. Actually, let me use the other end. Nope. We're going to have to color our sheep too, and to do that I'm going to use a dauber. I tried with the brushes, but they're just a little dark. So oh yeah, that looks better. Let's do that one. Okay, so for our sheep we're gonna, like I said, use a dauber, and we're gonna use the smoky slate, which is just going to give them just a little bit of color. We're not coloring them solid or anything. We're going to just get this going here. I don't want a lot of color, so I don't want to. Just going to be a little bit of gray on him. See how I'm just barely touching in, so you can see I've got just a little bit of color on there. Now we're going to take our blends and we're going to color their little feet. As you can see, I had already started coloring this other one and it was too dark, the color that I was using. So here I have some more. Let me try a different one. It's not cut quite as straight, but let's color him. Again, I'm going to bring the dauber back in here and just touch up. Give him a little bit of color on his. Now let me use the blend and color his little hoof, his little foot. Okay, now we're going to use the petal pink and we're going to color the little legs. We also need to do his little face. Okay, now we've got those ready to go, and I colored the hat with the light Fleur de Flamingo to go with the, and it's time we can start getting our card ready to put together. So to start with, for the card base, we're going to use the stamp that is the grass, and we're going to put it all over the card base so that it just gives us a little bit of something in the background. And you just randomly place them all over the card. Some of it will be covered up, make sure you get enough on there. We want to go all the way, all over. You can see it's just random. Just fill in where you see a spot. Okay, now we got that done. See how we gave it just a little bit in the back. Now we're going to put our fences on, and to do that I'm just using just a touch of adhesive. Okay, and we're going to line it up on the side over here. And the next one. And if they don't meet up in the middle, it's okay. It doesn't have to. It's pretty close fit here. Now we're going to add our clouds or grass to the bottom, and you want to add it so that it ends up touching the bottom. And we're going to start by putting adhesive on the, that didn't work very well, did it? And we're going to use that. You can see there's two different shapes of the grass. So we're going to use the bigger one. Down here. Then I'm going to use these mini dimensionals to pop the little one in front. That way it's going to give you just a little bit of dimension there. And so you can pop it right down here on the bottom. So it makes it look like the cluster of grass instead of just a little bunch of grass. Pops it up and gives it that little bit of oomph that you need. All right. Let's go down and add this other one. Okay, now we're going to add the final one in the center, and I'm going to put the smaller cluster at the top this time. And I'm going to put it right at the bottom of the fence so that it's right up here. Then we can add this one with the dimensionals at the base. All right. We used a lot of dimensionals on this card. Let's put it right there. See how now it looks like it's clustered a little bit. Next we're going to take our sheep and we're going to put them kind of start with the ones on the side. We're going to put our happy birthday up here. And then you can go back and figure out where you want the center one so that he's not overlapping or and again, for this one, I'm going to use dimensionals. This is going to be our regular size dimensionals so that I can pop the sheep up. You don't need a lot on these, but enough to give them that little oomph to get up. Oops, our last one. I'm also going to pop the happy birthday. So I'm going to go ahead and get that on there so that when I get ready I can just do it. Okay, so like I said, we're going to start with this one down here, and we want to make sure that we get it so that it is not going off the card, but it's enough that it's going to give us plenty of room for our other two sheep. Now we can take her little birthday hat, use a dimensional on it, and pop it. This is a mini dimensional. I like to pop things up. And we're going to pop that right above her head. Okay, now we want the dancing one down here at the other end. And when we do this, we're going to go ahead and get our greeting ready to put on so that we can make sure that when she's standing here doing her little dancing, her little balloon that we had die cut out is going to go right up over this. So on this one, all you need to do really is put a little bit of adhesive on the edge of the balloon, tuck it under her hand, and put the balloon right there. See how that goes together nicely that way? All right, now we're going to put our final sheep in the center. So by doing the two on the edge first, we made sure that there was room and the right spot for this one to go in without touching on the others. There we go. Now we've got to get her party hat on. Another mini dimensional here because it's going to go right between the sheep and the happy birthday. And there we go. Isn't that the cutest card? And it's done with, I've got her off the edge just a little bit. I need to just scoot her back on. There she is. And this is done with a stamp set and a die set that you can get for free out of our Sale-a-brations. Just as cute as can be. And there you go. And if you're wondering where I got the idea for the card, this is the card that's actually in the brochure right here. A lot of times you can get great ideas from the catalogs that Stampin' Up! Puts out. So, and if you ever find something in one of those catalogs that you aren't quite sure of the colors or how they did something, all you have to do is contact your demonstrator. We have access to the sample guide that tells what colors are used, what stamp sets are used, what embellishments are used, and we'd be glad to give you that information. And thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to get your order in now. Sale-a-brations in soon. Thanks for stopping by.